Good day, everyone. You're all welcome back to another episode of Pharma Insights. My name is Sunday Audunowu, and today we have a very great personality with us, which is Professor B.B Bukar. He's a professor in the Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology, and also the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, University of Jos. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Starting, you have a unique career path of transforming from politics back to academia. What actually inspired this transformation?
Okay, once more you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
The career path you mentioned was not exactly what I had planned.
Okay.
I started as a hospital pharmacist.
Oh.
Thereafter, I moved to the class as a lecturer. While doing that, I was actually called into politics.
Wow.
Not as if I took myself there.
Wow.
So when I was called, incidentally I was appointed as a state executive member of my state. That's to serve as a commissioner, which I did for 8 years,
Wow.
from 2007 to 2015. And the expiration of our tenure, I had to come back to the class, which many people, including some of my colleagues in the faculty here, expressed surprise
Actually.
not having served that long in that capacity. What actually motivated me to come back to the class. Remember, I said I did not start as an academician, so which means I had that interest of being in academics, and I was actually encouraged, motivated by our father, the former dean of this faculty, Professor E.M. Sokomba, who actually encouraged me to come back. So I am also one who never wanted to start something and then stop on the way. So I made it a challenge, a personal challenge, that I must come back and continue my career as an academic. At that point, I had not actually completed my PhD. I was almost at the verge of completing it in 2007. But like you mentioned, it's very, very difficult. I'm not discouraging the younger ones, but rather I am saying this to encourage them to be very determined, because life is always full of challenges. It's not easy to combine politics and academics. They are two worlds apart. So the luxury of politics is in contrast with the hardship of academics. And I took that and completed my PhD immediately after the expiry of our tenure. And by His grace, today I am a professor, getting to 3 years now. So at least that should serve as a motivation for others. Because some of us, we have seen things that will continue to motivate us, especially when you don't have anybody by your side. You are almost standing alone. You must make sure you survive. So that is just the whole thing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's actually interesting. So, sir, moving forward, your book, The Essentials of Receptor Pharmacology, has been well received. I think personally, I used it, and my 300 level first semester, I failed both the two pharmacology, 311 and 312. So during receipt, I had to go back and find that book, and it was really helpful. So what actually inspired, I think I'm here with a copy of the book.
Okay.
What actually inspired you to write this book? Because it has been well accepted both in and outside the faculty, and it has been helping a whole lot of people. What inspired you to write the book on the essentials of receptor pharmacology?
Thank you for that very important question.
Thank you, sir.
The concept of writing that book, I was motivated through the experience I had gathered in the department as a lecturer in pharmacology to medical students, to pharmacy students, nursing students, and other healthcare students. One important thing, not just for pharmacologists, but for any healthcare provider, is to understand how these drugs act. And that is the basic difference between trained professionals and non-trained practitioners. Because for non-trained practitioners, they will tell you this plant, this drug cures this, but they don't know how. So I now said the most important thing is to begin to introduce this concept to students. Most often we teach the mechanism of action as a tradition, but without going deeper and deeper. So the concept was actually to introduce it to undergraduates, but I also had my postgraduate students in mind, and above all, other practitioners outside here. Let them also benefit from it. So it's a way of giving in my little intellectual knowledge to humanity, to ensure that human beings benefit from what we are doing here. We are not just here for academics, because the beauty of academics is for humanity to benefit. And pharmacology, as we all know, is what is always referred to as a life science. Some will call it basic science, some will call it clinical science or what. So I took my time. That was immediately after I returned back from my assignment as a commissioner from my state. So I took my time. It took me not less than 3 years to put that book together. And to the glory of God, it was first published in February 2019. And I want to disclose to you that processes are in advanced stage for the second edition of the book.
Wow.
And I have also worked on it, refined it. In fact, if it is to carry this size, it will be like 600 pages. Yes, so even today I had to submit I was requested to submit the soft copy to the publisher. And they have promised, in fact there is an organization that has promised to sponsor it.
Wow.
So we discussed the production of the second edition, and it is ongoing. Very soon it will come out, and I am glad you said it has been well received. My own is not just for financial benefit. I don't write books for that, but for the knowledge. Yes, and let me also inform you that after this Essentials of Receptor Pharmacology. I also wrote another one titled Enzyme Inhibitors, which is almost 1,000 pages. And that was published last year August by an Indian publisher, Seller Books. So it is an e-book. So it is on Amazon, Kobo, and other platforms. So it is there. But I intend to break it into two, volume 1 and volume 2, to make it a bit convenient to read. Because these days people don't like reading very long pages of books. So the second edition I will break it into two. So that's just essentially the whole thing, and to challenge others to come up. Because writing of books these days is very scarce. Yes, so that is what motivated me.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you. So the other book is on enzyme
Inhibitors. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. So concerning your leadership skills, which history has it that you were once the past president here in this faculty. I think the pictures are still in Pan's office. Anyway, anytime we enter there, we still see the pictures there. That was even before some of us were born. So, what advice would you give to students who are inspiring leaders, inspiring politicians, on how to balance this politics and academic thing? As you mentioned when we started, you said academia has a whole lot of workload, then there's luxury in politics. So what advice would you give to students on how to balance both politics and academic as students of the faculty?
Yes, thank you. Particularly with regards to the profession, I have discovered that pharmacists are not there yet in politics. Possibly because of the low number of the pharmacists in the country. Secondly, it could be because of lack of interest. So, but for me, I cannot strictly say I am a politician as such, but I like anything called politics. Yes, right from the beginning I've been holding leadership position. And most of these leadership positions, I can tell you, including the commissioner I have, I have never lobbied for even a single seat. When I was in my primary school, I was appointed the class monitor. And it was not by any lobbying. When I was in secondary school, Federal Government College, Maiduguri, which are now called Unity Schools, I was appointed a house captain, which I was not the one that appointed myself. Then I came to the university. It was my friends that asked me that I should contest. I was unwilling. Yes, not willing to do that, but they said you must. All of them are alive today, including a lecturer that is in this faculty, who even served as the chairman of the committee for the election. Is it Pasepo or something?
Yes, Pasepo.
Good. So they stood by my side. So I served for 2 sessions.
Wow.
Yes, or should I even say 3? Because we started in Makodi. And when we were transferred, the faculty was transferred here in 1987-88. I continued because we were new then. So after I graduated, my people asked me to serve as the national president of our ethnic association, the what we call the ZAR, Development Association, and I was elected where I served for 4 years, from 2003 to 2007. So from there, it was there. Immediately after that, or few months to the tenure of my my presidency as the ZDA president, I was now appointed as a commissioner. So that is how it has been. So I will say I don't know what people look at me. I don't know, but I believe it is God. So I cannot say whether I have the skill or not because I cannot assess myself. But honestly, I always want people to live sincere life, to live in harmony with each other, so that we should at least be our brother's keeper. That has been my motive in life. But even as good as we may be, others will always antagonize you. Others will not see that good in you. Yes, that is what has been transparent up till this day. And by God's grace today, like you mentioned in the introduction, I have also served as head of department, and currently I'm also the deputy dean of the faculty. I serve under Professor Ogaji. I'm now serving with under Professor Nguluka. So maybe I will say those ones belong to God, not me. Yes, even including you can assess me, but I cannot be the one to assess myself. But we thank God for everything.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. So it was more of like people actually saw you as someone who is capable, right from primary school, secondary school, till this point in time.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
So, moving to the next question, how do you envision the faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, University of Jos, evolving under your own leadership as the deputy dean of the faculty?
Well, sometimes working as a subordinate, your opinion must always be in tune with your principal. Yes, because I have been in politics and worked under a principal. No matter how novel your ideas are, you can only pass it as an advice.
Yes, sir.
Because by the time you begin to churn out things contrary, then it will be misunderstood as if you are operating towards a different direction. That notwithstanding, pharmacy, as we all know, is a dynamic profession. It keeps changing. Yes, just like the world changes. So we must also be intellectually mobile. Somebody mentioned that, I have forgotten the politician. He said you must be intellectually mobile to catch up with contemporary issues. Globally, the trend is to expand faculty of pharmacy to colleges. By that, it means expanding the curriculum. And by extension, it means introducing new subjects and courses. And we have that potential here because it is a faculty, but it is our desire that one day it will be a college. Yes, so, and it's not just to copy others. It should not just be by name, but by intellectual content. Yes, so that if we train our students here and they go out there, they should catch up with the trends of clinical practice. Or if they choose to work in industries, they should also be found worthy of the practice. So there are so many rooms for improvement or expansion. But the limiting factor sometimes is getting people to come back to the class as academics has always been a challenge.
Yes.
But we believe one day things will improve and improve for the better. So personally, I have that optimism that our faculty, which some of us have come as former students to serve, will continue to rise here and there, and that is what we are trying to do, to ensure that we encourage our students here. Even when we are teaching in the class, they should see us as role model. Yes. So I believe if we are able to get, or I am able to get one or two as role models, I mean looking at me as a role model, then at least I would have achieved something, apart from imparting knowledge to them. So that is what we do here. And I believe all of us as academic and non-academic staff, we are doing our best. Yes, because Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences has been rated, University of Jos has been rated as one of the best. So to this, I give kudos to the dean and the other staff that are assisting the faculty management.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, moving forward now, I have some personal questions
Yes.
that I would like to ask. And first is, what's actually one of the hobby you practice personally outside of work, politics, and everything that has to do with work? What are some of those things you enjoy doing in your leisure time? For example.
Well, right from my childhood days, I don't know what people classify me, but I classify myself not as a social person. Yes, I regard myself as a conservative, a person of few words. So, but then that is what I look at myself. Maybe others will look at it the other way around. So I hardly go out to socialize, right from my childhood days up till today. So my movement has always been from work to home, then rest, sleep. Then if there are some church activities, I attend. So this is just the whole thing. Then maybe, like I mentioned earlier, leadership challenges here and there. While holding those positions, you must drive the system forward. So those kind of things will take me out for meetings. So when I was in office as a commissioner, of course, as politicians, they always meet sometimes at times that maybe you want to rest. They will say, okay, this is the time you want to meet, and you have no alternative. So I like having time with my family. That's just the truth of the matter. Even my children, you will hardly see them going out to socialize. I don't know whether they like that or not. So, for example, I keep time when my gate should be closed. And once it is closed, nobody should open it. Yes, so these are some of the things that I do, and that has afforded me the time to write those books that I have written, in addition to publications that I have published, or articles that I have published. So I am actually a very conservative person. That's just the naked truth. Yes, but if you ask me of any hobby, I will say reading. That's all. I hardly do anything outside those ones. You will not see me going up and down in town. You will hardly see me. Even some of the social get-together that have been organized here, you will hardly attest to the fact that you have seen me there.
That's true.
Yes, so these are some of the things, but I am not discouraging people. That's me. Yeah, because sometimes they say all work and no play make Jack a dull person. Maybe I am very dull, I wouldn't.
No. Someone who is dull cannot come up with something like this actually.
That's it.
Thank you very much for that, sir.
It's
So,
alright.
concerning your experience in both pharmacy, politics, and life generally, you definitely maybe have a historical figure that you wish you have dinner with someday, or you would have loved to have dinner, maybe the person passed away. So who is that historical figure that inspired you so much, and why that person?
You mean in academics or both academics and politics?
Yes, both academics and generally.
Okay.
Generally.
Well, let me start by saying my role model, okay, or role models, let me say. First were my parents.
Oh.
Many people tell me that I resemble my father, particularly in character. That is in physical work. I'm a very good farmer.
Oh.
Just that modern life has spoiled a little of me. Maybe you know that kind of mental thinking that you have made it, so you don't go to the farm. You know, I have a small plot of land that I usually go to farm myself. That is to tell you the interest I have in personal farming, because I grew up in a village where farming is the major occupation, and we lost our father early in life, so we had to fend for ourselves. My father died while I was in secondary school, in fact, from 1 or 2, you know, so we had to work for ourselves, and I farmed a lot. So I took after my father. For those that understand the Hausa language, my father had the title of Sarkin Noma.
Wow.
That's the chief farmer.
Chief farmer.
Yes, so my mother was also a peasant farmer. She died in 2014. I can say in terms of humility, she was very, very humble. In fact, like I said, that I am very, I'm a conservative person. Perhaps I took after her. She will hardly take offense with anybody. Yes. And I have tried to copy her. So I try to make peace in everything. If you attack me, I try to. So that's why even at my this thing, I am very active on social media, particularly Facebook, where some of my friends have run away because of insults from data boys and other things. You know that politicians would have hired to insult them. But me, I'm not afraid of that. So I always try to move forward with that. Coming to academics, I have mentioned his name, Professor E.N. Sokomba. May God bless that man. When I was working in hospital, I used to come to purchase some drugs in Jos here. He will always advise me, Bukar, some of you should come back. One day we are going to retire, so they will replace us. Yes, he was the one that brought me back here single-handed. I don't know of others, but he encouraged me. I was not willing to come because I had already planned to go overseas. But because there was no money, and I had deep interest in academics. So he paved the way for me. So he remained my mentor. Politically, I can tell you that the former governor of Bauchi State, who I served under him for 8 years, Malam Isawi Buddha, remains my political mentor. That man is a gentleman to the core. He groomed us under him, you know, so to become politicians. We still communicate and relate well up till today. We were together with the present governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency Bala Mohammed. So he groomed all of us and many others, you know. So he remained my political mentor. And that is why I always listen to him as far as political directions are concerned. Yes, that's just that.
Wow. Thank you very much for that,
Yes.
sir. Thank you. So we are coming to an end of this section. But then before we go, I still have one more question, which will be the last one. As a father, you have experience in almost every aspect, being it in clinical pharmacy, academic, politics. So what will be your inspirational message to the next generation? Because all we do now is to look up to the fathers, people like you. What's your own message to us, the young generation coming up?
Very good. You know, youth today, I am sorry to say, are a bit difficult to teach. Better for some of you that have accepted to bring yourself to the class. Majority outside there don't listen to anything teaching,
That's true.
anything advice. They have flight of ideas. Yes. Even last week I was arguing with some of them on one of my social media handles. I said, if you choose to be a data boy to a politician, what will be your future? Yes, think of how you want to become, let's say in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, what will I become? Don't allow anybody to destroy your future. It's very, very important to be focused in life. Being focused in life starts with you. Because if you don't have that in your mind, no matter the degree of teaching, it will not have any positive impact on you. So youth of today should start first. If you want to get any form of blessing, first start with respect of your parents. Yes, parents are suffering to meet your needs. Start with them. If they don't have much, bear with them. Like I mentioned, I literally provided almost everything by myself. I am not saying all, because I had brothers, uncles that would have helped me in one way or the other. So let us assume here as students, if you fail, that should not be the end of it. In fact, it should be the beginning of your success. Yes, it should be the beginning of your success. Because as I talk to you, I started with SBS Zaria. But one day on our way back to Zaria, in those days we followed train, you know. My money was stolen. So we had reached Kafanchan there. I said I cannot continue. Because if I go there, what will I eat? That was how I abandoned SBS Zaria. Yes, deliberately I said I cannot continue. Because if I continue, maybe the result will not be favorable for me. So I discontinued my studies. But the following year, I wrote JAM again. So you can see the determination. So when we listen to the stories of others, it should motivate us. It should encourage us. We need leaders tomorrow. Don't think that you will always be a follower. We want you to be that leader that will change the narrative for good. We want some of you to come back and give your best. And I'm glad many are coming back. Yes, just like our mentors encourage us to come back. The future of Nigeria lies in academics, whether we like it or not. It does not lie in politics, because political office is transient. Remember I said I served for 8 years. During those 8 years, maybe I would have think nothing better would come again. Yes, it will come and go. But if you don't have a stable career, those money I refer to as luxury will vanish quickly. Yes, will vanish quickly. So for me, my final advice to the youth in particular is to be focused, be determined. I know times are very hard, but in every hard time, there are survivors. Yes, and after we have survived, God will surely bless us. So generally, I will call on pharmacists, even with small number that we have. We should, if we want our, how do I put it, is it plight? I don't know, but whatever, to transform ourselves for the better, we should afford to be policymakers at one point or the other. But if we allow others to be the policymakers, then you don't know the decision they will take against your profession. Be there and also see how you transform your profession. Even if we are 100,000, 300,000, if we don't have anybody that will influence some of the laws that guide the practice of the profession, would still be suffering. We would be quarreling among ourselves, and that is not our desire here. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. We actually got a whole lot today. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much for giving us the privilege and the opportunity to meet. Thank you very much, sir.
You are welcome.
And to everyone watching, please, if you know you are getting value from this channel, do well to subscribe, follow, and also share with your colleagues to drive the same value you are driving from this place. Thank you very much.
Thank you.